Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review we're going to be looking at the Shattered Glass twin pack of Rodimus. I'm going to be calling him Rodimus Unicronus because that's pretty much who exactly he looks like, and Sideswipe and Decepticon Whisper. So what we're going to do with this video, we're going to unbox them live in a second, have a look at the entire contents of the packaging. We're going to have a detailed look at both of them in both of their modes to help you decide how you want to display them. Because it's shattered glass, we can see how they look and fare against other figures that have been released in the Shattered Glass toy lineup. We can also see how they look and how they differ from the original releases of their molds, and of course we can bring in lots of other figures as well just to see the differences between all that. So as you can see, quite a bit to get through with this video. So as I start to pop all these back, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to this channel, if I'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now please, because it really will help me out. And the other thing is to thank Hasbro Pulse, because I only pre-ordered this a couple of days ago, and then much to my surprise, as you can see, they delivered it very quickly and indeed safely. So this set is something that just appealed to me instantly. I can't really explain why I love Shattered Glass so much. I just love the whole concept of it. I love the crazy colour schemes that they pick, and I just, yeah, all of it. I think it's brilliant. There, of course, is an artist impression of Sideswipe. There he is on the front. Rodimus is there, and indeed Rodimus is on that side. So I have no idea what would be the best way to get this out, so I'm going to have a quick look. I'm thinking underneath here. So with all these videos, and if you're new to the channel or if you're not, just a reminder that I don't watch anybody else's reviews. I always I look at pictures obviously on the internet, but I like to look at everything with a fresh pair of eyes. So I've got no idea how these are going to come out, and then of course I can watch people's reviews after, but for my first impressions I like them to be exactly that. And I've got no idea what's going on with this in here, so for now I'm just going to move the main box out of the way. Plus obviously this will give you an idea of how they're packed as well. Now this is, obviously I wasn't expecting this. I presume that this is the figures, but yes, rather than waste any more time and you see me just unwrap these, I'm going to, unless, to be honest, there you go, it's as simple as that. There's one of them, and there's the others. That's the strangest packaging I have ever seen. The tissue paper is really soft, to be honest, really soft. So it looks like we're going to be doing the first part of the review with them in their alternate modes. Let's see what other accessories we've got in here, because I think that that's it, to be honest. Or is this Whisper and then we're missing some accessories? Yeah, there's Whisper. Aha, there's the accessories. So again, we're all learning together. I'm going to open that. This one is, it was sellotape to it. I've ripped it off. Let me bring it over here. I had no idea they were going to be packed that way, but it is kind of interesting that they seem to have gone back to alternate mode packaging. Right, let's have a look what's in this. I'm imagining that we've got loads of accessories for Rodimus, because of course we did have with that hot rod figure. So yeah, we've got an abundance of accessories here. So it looks like there's, oh, and they've got the matrix and everything and blast effects. I think that's your lot. Right then, so I've managed to take everything out of its packaging and just, I suppose, line it up here so we can have a look at them individually. Now, well, let's start off with looking at Sideswipe. And yes, this mold, this is going to be at least the 10th, perhaps more uses of this mold. Everybody's already saying that with this scar, we're going to get Wheeljack from this particular mold, and I can see that already, in honesty. This is such a great mold. The figure looks amazing. The color scheme on it just works. I mean, that just look at the detail inside. You can see like circuitry board and stuff like that on the inside of there. It looks nice and detailed. What I like about it is you can't really see sort of too much. Underneath you can just about, if you really want to look, make out his head, but again you can't tell that it's there. I like the fact that you've got the silver trims with the black tires, and accessory wise I have no idea what these are. I'm going to call them like lightsabers or batons or whatever, but these can go, do they go on this? Yeah, they do. They can go on the side of the vehicle via these ports. Wow, that's good. I don't know which way. No, not that way around. I'm looking at the stock photo right there. So sometimes there's pros and cons about not checking out anybody else's reviews, but again, I like to learn everything as I'm doing it. Then we've also got the rocket launcher, which is this, and there's the missile, and we can of course attach this to the roof. And then something that's completely new to me is indeed Whisper. So we're going to have a proper look at this little character in a second, but for now I'm going to see how they attached him to there. I think it must be via, it's got to be via something on this, hasn't it? Not too sure. Oh no, by the looks of it, it looks like he's been transformed. We'll have a look at that in a second. I just want to have a quick look at Rodimus Unicronus, as I say I'm going to call him, and look at that, you can see his head straight through there, but that doesn't look too bad, to be honest. The light's really reflecting, you can see his red eyes through there really vividly. So I think that actually, I don't want to say get away with it, I think it actually makes it look a little bit more menacing, in all honesty. The silver on the bonnet there is lovely, and on the side this is a different shade, more like a gunmetal grey. And of course there is the real chest rather than the faux one on the front. Accessories, same as obviously Hot Rod, Matrix Burst, Matrix itself, which is nice and red. And then of course you've got his two guns, and of course you can put the blast effect, by the looks of this, exactly the same, yep, on the ends of these. But these also double up as I suppose they were like smoke, wasn't it? It was like smoke entrails. Yeah, there you go, on the back of these, so you can attach them still to these. I hope the camera's doing this red some justice, because it really does work. It looks beautiful. Look at that, stunning. Then I think we can put some of the guns on the roof, can we? Let's have a look. I can't remember, honestly, it's been so long since I think you're supposed to do that on the bonnet by the looks of that. But I saw the cutouts in the roof and I thought, let's have a go at it. It does look like it's going to work. As I said, I used to be really guilty of that before I started this channel. I'd get a figure, transform it once, or if it was in robot mode, just stick it on the shelf. That really works, but I'm still going to, just because it's got it on the front, well, on the back of the box. Oh yeah, they fit in much easier like that, much easier. Looks okay. I don't know where it looks best, to be honest. I don't think there's anywhere else I can store these parts, to be honest, but I'm not too fussed. That looks great. Right, I need to, unfortunately, I don't like to do this, but I need to have a quick look at the instructions and see how I can attach Whisper to his roof. Okay, I'm not going to lie, that's borderline embarrassing. Watch how easy this is. It is as simple as this. You've got him there, you're going to take his legs, you're going to rotate them all the way over, up, and like this, and then just attach him on the roof instead. It literally was as simple as that. There, of course, now is your 5mm peg, and that is going to fit on the roof exactly like that. I wonder if you can attach the rocket launcher to him. I don't think so. I think, as I say, I've already embarrassed myself enough, but that still looks pretty cool. And as I say, no idea about this Whisper character, no idea about mini-cons, all new to me, loving learning about it, and I'm sure you'll agree that that just works. Now, because it's completely took me by surprise, I haven't got any of the figures ready in their alternate modes, but I've just got the ones which I've got at hand. So to give you an idea on size, even though he's classed as a Voyager, it's only just a bit bigger than your normal Studio Series Deluxe, and indeed, of course, your normal Legacy Deluxe. Again, the main reason for this being at a Voyager price point is the articulation, the transformation process, and of course all of his accessories. I've also still got, just at hand, I've got a G1 Predator Jet, to give you an idea of how big that is compared to these. And then finally, of course, I still haven't transformed him, he's still in bike mode. This is Legacy Evolution's Animated Prowl, so you've got an idea of the size there, but I am going to be 100% displaying these in robot mode, so we're going to come back right now and have a look at them in their robot modes. Right, then, just very quickly before we do get to the robot modes, I just want to correct myself, and I've worked out that you can attach this. I've just noticed the cutouts on the back, so if you put these on the roof, you can pop these like that and then put the blade on the top, and for some reason, again, that's just really heightened the overall appearance of it. I really do think that quite small little detail has made a big difference, and I don't know if it's picking up, but you can see now the red's reflecting onto these silver parts, so it's just giving it an all-round just an extra new dimension of how good it looks, I think. But there you go, so you can attach that on there. We are definitely coming back now with them in the robot modes. Okay, we're back, and as you can see, he's already in his robot mode. Quick apologies for no transformation process on this video. What I intend to do to keep the length of the video down is to put the transformation processes in a tutorial video up by themselves as well. So if you want to see it, you can, and if you don't want to, you don't have to. I've also just quickly double checked. This is now the 14th use of the original Sideswipe mold from Kingdom, so including Gigawatt, including obviously Deep Cover, Tiger Track, etc., and indeed this guy, who's one of the other newer versions, which we'll have a look at in a second. We've had 14 uses of this mold with slight retoolings, etc. So he is definitely the new Seeker mold. Right, let's have a look at him though. So if this is your first experience with him, the head is amazing. That is a new head. It does have full articulation. It'll go all the way around and look up and down. The shoulders will go around completely unrestricted. They'll move up. There's a swivel underneath. There's a bicep flexion, and unfortunately there's a little forearm gap. It's not too bad, but that's of course where the fists are gonna fold into. There's a waist swivel. There's a full 180-degree kick of the legs with a knee bend, an ankle tilt, and an ankle rock. So we are going to look at these one at a time in robot mode, give them a little bit more time for that reason. Myself, and I presume 95, maybe more % of you collectors out there display their figures in robot mode, so we're going to spend a little bit more time having a look at the robot mode. Right, so I've been trying to learn things about this as well. I believe these are the things from like the power links, and anybody who watches this channel, I've got a complete black hole of knowledge for the Unicron trilogy, but these look really good. I've never seen anything like these before, especially not in the new figures. So you could just put them in his hands like so if you wanted to, which looks pretty good, and then that then means you can free up your space on the shoulders for the missile launcher as well. That's of course very G1-esque, and that's getting in the way actually, so I think, yep, it does. It should go on that side. I'm just copying the image right there, and this is of course incredibly poseable due to all them points of articulation. Whisper I've put back into the I don't know what it is, alternate mode and mini spaceship mode. So just to remind you, if you wanted to, in fact, let's have a quick look at him first. Nice detail there on the front, detail at the back. So of course when we transformed him to be able to attach to the roof, you just got to slot these in over there like so, and then you can use him as a handheld weapon as well. So this was just exactly the same as he looked when I put him on the roof of the car. So that's going to pop in there, and he can use him, point him. Will he balance? Yeah, he'll balance, no issues. To be honest, I thought he might be a bit top heavy with all that, but even leaning forward, he's holding his own. He's not falling over whatsoever. So let's quickly transform him into robot mode as well. This is a lovely little bonus, to be honest. I love it when they do things like this. So what have we got? So we've got his legs around, so let's make him stand up. You can see there's articulation at the back of the knee, in the heels by the looks of it. Oh no, that's just a fold out. We're going to separate the arms off there. There's ball and sockets, there we go, on the shoulder. And then we're going to fold this down. That's going to bring everything over. You can lift these up, and there you have the alternate mode for him as well. And that's pretty cool, to be honest. As I say, never seen this at all. Really like it. Looks good. Wonder if you can pop it on his shoulders. No, you can't. I think that's it. You can just hold him as that accessory. And then with these, I'm just wondering if you can attach these anywhere. Again, because again, we like to see. I can't. You know what? Can you? Oh, that was just a fraction too big. That would have been able, if that had gone in, you could have had two of these, one coming over each shoulder. I'm just seeing if there's anywhere else. I mean, they're not supposed to go in the sides of the hips, and unfortunately, no, they don't fit. They're going to fall out. So there's no real other place that you can put these. I'm just looking again if there's any way to store them on the back. I don't think there is, actually. It's one of the first figures where you can't store all the accessories in robot mode on him. But as we say, I think that's more than enough looking at him in his robot. What we need to do, though, very quickly is just do some comparisons. So there is the original owner of the mold. There we go. This is the other one, who's pretty much about the same time. Let's be honest, they have been released at the same time. So that's Sideswipe across from War for Cybertron right through to Legacy. With regards to some more shattered glass figures, there's Optimus. And indeed, this is funny enough, this is a Botcon stepper using the old jazz mould. The colour schemes just work, don't they? They really do. Let's pop him out of the way. He's just a great deluxe figure, isn't he? I'm going to bring him back later when I've done the part with Rodimus, but for now we're going to end this part and we're going to bring Rodimus in right now. Okay then, we're back and it's now obviously onto the turn of Rodimus, and I've got to say, and although this transformation process again is on a separate video, it's just been an absolute pleasure transforming him again. I completely forgot how intricate and how clever it was, and again, this is pretty much why it justified when it came out being a Voyager class figure. I mean, if you have a look at this, there's no gaps in the back of the legs, in the back of the forearms, anywhere. They've got the whole of the front of the car to fold completely into the back, and pretty much all the back and the sides to fold into the back of the calves. It is so clever, and again, I can't wait to do the full transformation tutorial video on it, just so you can see it in more detail rather than me rushing through it on this particular video. I'm sure you'll agree the color scheme just worked as well. The purple is brilliant in that flame effect. It's slightly darker there, which just works. You got the silver shining on these sides and then the darker gunmetal gray on the back. Everything on this is just working incredibly well. And I thought that, you know, the first time I saw the figure and the first time I had to play with this one. So this is of course the original owner of the mold. We nearly had another one as well. We nearly had a toy deco version of this, which would have been a darker red, but that never made it past the, I suppose, concept art of it. So there wasn't one actually made as of yet. So what I'm going to do very quickly, I'm just going to put both his blasters into his hands just so we can see how he looks exactly next to, look, there's even finger articulation. We're going to have a look at that in a second. How he looks exactly the same next to the original owner of this mold. So there you go, lovely, absolutely stunning. We're going to have a detailed look at the articulation now and how you can use some of the rest of his accessories, to be honest. Right, let's move the original one out of the way. We'll bring again some of them back in towards the end. Let's have a look at the actual figure then. So the head sculpt is lovely. You've got the mustache, little goatee there, lovely piercing red eyes, and we've got this as well. Don't forget the visor folds out over the eyes, and again, translucent red just works, just makes it look so good. I'm going to keep that there for now. The head does of course go look up and down, spin all the way around. Yeah, it's just nice and stiff. These shoulders will go all the way around. I'm going to say unrestricted, but they are going to catch that, so you could spin them around. You could perhaps move it if you wanted to, only slightly. You'd get away with moving that, and click it back in. There's a swivel, there's a bicep flexion, there's a wrist swivel, there's even this, look, I mean, the fingers open up, which is crazy. Remember, this is a Voyager class figure. You can also then do this, open up the forearm like so, and then if we open up this, we can rotate the fist around like so, close this back up, and then there's your cutting tool attachment. Brilliant, he says. Is it going to go on? Yeah, just about. Remember, brand new toy, really stiff. That'll go there. That's just another great little bonus, great for scenes, great for display, which is perfect. There's a waist swivel. These aren't skirts, they're actually, oh, they're just, it's just on the outside. They don't move independently, but you've got a full kick past 180 degrees. That's kicking all the way up. It'll go all the way back. It'll go that far back, actually. It's restricted to there, but then the knee bend will help it kick all the way back. Ankle tilt and rock. Brilliant, lovely. Right, let's take this out of his hand. So this just all came out of the forearm, all this folded out and span around. So let's fold this back, cover it up, and of course the main reason for the finger articulation is this. Now this is still a brilliant little bonus, but you can't, I've had a good look, and I tried to refresh my memory, you can't stick the matrix in his chest anywhere, unfortunately. But let's see if I can get this to work. Again, should be able to. Let's turn the hands in. Yeah, there we go. You can turn these in, you can hold that together. There's the matrix. Then you've got, of course, the matrix burst, which is this. This should, I should have put it on there first, to be honest. Let's have a look if it's going to attach with relative near enough ease. Oh, there you go. It's going to work straight away. Can't believe it. There we go, that looks lovely. I've already put the two guns in his hand, but what you can do is you can attach these again to the back of the roof like so, and then of course you can then attach the cutting rail, or cutting blade rather, to the back of them. And then I suppose if you wanted to, you could put them on there. I wonder what that would make it look like. Not too sure, but if you wanted to, you can now store every single thing on him. It looks like a mini jetpack now, doesn't it? Whilst he's in robot mode, because that's a great way of doing things, so you haven't got to worry about losing everything. Right, I think I've covered all bases with this. I hope I have. He's just so cool. Right, so let's just bring in, I'm going to keep them in the back just for now because they're out of the way, but I am going to reposition his visor down. So right, they're going to fall off, so let's bring in again some of the other shattered glass figures. I've pretty much got them all, to be honest. If you want to see more videos on the shattered glass figures, including ones like this version of Stepper, which is a BotCon exclusive and Collectors Club ones, so I've got some of the more obscure ones that you probably haven't seen. They look great together. The color schemes just work. Stunning, stunning, stunning. And we've already seen very quickly, so let's just do this. So we're going to do new use of the mold, original use of the mold. They're not going to fit very quickly. We're going to bring him back in and him back in. So there is your timelines. And to be honest, I'm going to just bring Whisper in right now, and I'm going to round it off up there, to be honest, as I say, because we've seen more than enough of these, and they are decos and slight retools of molds that you already seen before. So I've spent quite a bit longer on this than I would do normally with most other reuses of the molds videos, but I hope you enjoyed looking at them. I'm very, very impressed with them, as hopefully you can tell. Let me know what you think of them in the comments. If you got them pre-ordered or you after them as well, let me know, guys. Take care.